everyone, my name is Danielle Kiser. I'm the manager of exhibitions at the High Museum of Art. I'm taking over the High's Instagram stories today for Ask Me Anything. Thank you so much for submitting your questions. I look forward to answering them. So some of the exhibitions will remain open, others will close as scheduled. Make sure that you're checking out our website, high.org, and checking on all those updates in our upcoming exhibitions page and currently on view page, so you get the latest information of what's going on and kind of what our next steps are when we reopen. I love questions like these. The exhibition that I'm really looking forward to is called Murmuration. It's our next Piazza project installation. The Piazza projects are probably the most exciting exhibitions that I'm able to work on because it takes me out of the galleries. It comes with new challenges to overcome, like working in a public space while we're open to the public. There's tons of moving parts to it, but they're always really exciting, and it's the one opportunity that the public gets to have to see us install a show right in front of their eyes, and it's not behind closed doors, but you actually get a chance to be a part of that process with us as we're installing in a public space. Interesting question. I did not work directly with Virgil Abloh. I did work with his team. His team was fantastic. We all had the same goal in mind, was to make sure that the artist representation of his work was displayed in an appropriate way in the galleries. So that made sure that you guys were able to come into a space that the artist had approved of, that what he wanted you to feel as you walked into the galleries and saw his work for the first time. So what is quarantine like with a 2-year-old? What do you think, Pierce? 2-year-old?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Uh-huh.
It has its challenges, but I wouldn't trade it. Say bye.
Bye.
Quarantining with the 2-year-old is tough. We're doing our best to manage our schedules, from my husband and I working to making sure our son is staying engaged and doing activities and going outside. So it has its moments, but like I said, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't say artists are divas. I would say that they want their work to be represented to the public in a way that they have envisioned it. So it's really just a benefit for our guests and patrons. They work really hard. We work really hard to make sure that their visions are becoming a reality. So no, I would not say that they're divas. I would say, just like working with anyone else, if you work on a project for a long time, you want it to be as perfect as it possibly can be. My favorite exhibition was the Joris Larman show. It was a design show. Joris is a fantastic artist. He's so innovative, and his designs are really amazing. If you have not checked him out before, or you missed the exhibition when we had it at the High, please go to his Instagram page so you can experience what he's doing right now with his work. It's pretty amazing. That's a great question. A lot of people don't know what an exhibitions manager does. So essentially, I would define my job as a project manager. So I'm working on all stages of the project lifestyle until the show opens to the public, you guys. So that's from the very beginning, working on the proposal, the budget, the contracts, to the middle, working with the exhibition designer and the curators to come up with a 3D model for the exhibition, to the very end, installing with the registrars and the preparators. So I would say that I'm more on the logistical side of things. And so that's why I really define myself as someone who works behind the scenes to make everything run smoothly, so that you can have a great exhibitions that the curator is happy with, and also that you guys are able to enjoy. The hardest part about my job is managing multiple exhibitions at the same time that are in different stages or life cycles. So, exhibitions in 2024, I'm working on the contracts for and developing a budget. exhibitions that are right around the corner, I'm developing an installation schedule for them. So really, I would say that's the most challenging part of my job, but it's also the most rewarding because it does create a every day is different type of situation for me, which is awesome. So you never know. Right now we're planning out through 2024, so there could be a Dutch Masters exhibition in the future. So you'll have to wait and see and keep checking out our website for updates. My favorite artworks at the High are The Fire Next Time by Alfredo Haar, Study for the Result of Poor Housing, that's Hal Woodruff piece, and there's an unknown artist work, it's a kente cloth, that's in our African art collection. Deciding which exhibitions will be presented at the High, it goes through a proposal process. With that process, we receive proposals from other institutions, the artists, or even the curators. We review the proposals, we look at our schedule, which again, we're scheduling so far out that when we do see a gap where an exhibition is bold and innovative, we want to fill it in one of our galleries. The curators will make a decision on if they want to move forward with a proposed work from an artist or an institution. And then if we're organizing the show, then it does go to our chief curator, director of collections exhibition, and director of the museum to give that final decision on if it will be presented at the High. The Virgil Abloh exhibition went through the same proposal process that I was discussing before. So there were multiple parties involved in that decision to bring his exhibition to the High. I was working at the Woodruff Art Center. I saw an opening for a position of coordinator of collections and exhibitions at the High. Reading the job description, it was the skill sets were very similar with my business background. And again, even though I have a business degree, I studied graphic design for a long time. So art has always been something that I've been very passionate about, and to work at an art museum is just the most amazing experience that I can ask for. So I've been at the High for 4 years now, and in November I was promoted to manager of exhibitions. I'd say the one thing that surprised me and really makes me excited about working at the High Museum is the cross-departmental collaboration. I'm in a unique position where I get to work with every single department at the High Museum. Thanks so much for joining me today and submitting your questions. I've enjoyed answering them, and stay tuned for upcoming exhibitions at the High.